Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday to you. It's the 19th of August, 2026, and you're listening to Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Made it to the middle of the week and just going to remain pretty hot. We'll tell you the temperatures today, 95. Should be sunny and pretty nice. Thursday, about a 20% chance of rain and a high of 95 and a greater chance of rain for Friday. It looks like maybe in the 40 to 50% range, but a little bit cooler, 91. I don't know that that's cooler. How about this? Not as hot. Not as hot. And the weekend doesn't look bad either, Richard. It looks like pretty nice weather and temperatures on both Saturday and Sunday around 92. So not too bad.
Do what you
Fingers
want
crossed.
It's a Wednesday now, and we're talking about the weekend
Well,
already.
you got to make plans, right?
Yes.
Everybody got to make plans. What are we doing? What are we doing? What do we got?
I have no plans yet. Reduce the pressure, please. Calm down. It's only Wednesday. Jeez.
Oh, I forgot. We're not at the varsity. What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? What do you got? What do you got?
Hey, I don't know. I might do exactly what I did last weekend, which was sleep.
Monday was no big deal. Tuesday has no feel. We got to rev things up for Wednesday.
Really?
We are headed toward the weekend.
We're on the way, are we?
Yeah, here we go.
All righty then.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
And
baby.
you and I functioning on like zero sleep.
That's okay. We'll muddle through. We do it every day anyway.
See, I'm just trying to get us motivated. What do you have? What do you have? That's where I am.
Worst
right
comes to worse, we just hand things off to Steve. He'll just be in
that
charge.
might happen today.
Yeah.
We might be
You'll just
like,
put him in
Steve, can we
charge
lean on you and just?
Life is good.
Yeah.
Got news for you.
Yeah.
You'll be screwed.
Oh no!
Wow.
You had no sleep either.
Oh,
huh?
my.
I didn't get a whole lot of sleep yesterday and did a whole lot of yard work yesterday.
Oh,
too, so.
baby. Yeah, I can already feel your muscles aching.
Ow.
I cannot believe it is the 19th of August. I know we say this a lot, but
the
good
summer's
Lord.
like, yeah, it's like I've seen this in the yard, and I know it's like, oh boy, here it comes. There's just a couple
Yep.
of leaves that are beginning to fall.
I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it as well.
Oh, there,
And I'm like, this can't possibly be right.
Here
There's
we go.
no possible way this can be right.
Yeah, it gets going.
Somebody needs to get over here and fix this.
It's a slow roll.
Paste those
But they were
leaves
talking
back up there where they belong.
They were talking about some of the pollen now. You know, we talk about fall pollen, end of summer into the early parts of fall. We're not there yet, but they're saying, hey, you know, if you got allergies and some people suffer from the fall pollen allergy season.
Mine is the worst in the
Yeah.
fall. Absolutely the worst. Cannot stand
So
it.
if you're sneezing a lot, that is why.
If you are pulling into your driveway and pushing the remote control button on your garage door, and it is not going anywhere, well, then you might want to get in touch with ProLift Garage Doors. Now, it could be just a battery thing, right? I mean, you have to take that remote inside, you remove the back, and you change the battery, and you go outside and you try it again. Nope, still not working. Okay. Well, then you go and you push the button inside the garage. Nah, still not working. Then you start looking up at the unit, and you go, there are no lights on that unit. That's not good. That's probably a bad thing. Then you have somebody come out and take a look from ProLift. It could be emergency service. They do a great emergency service. I have used it. Or you could go ahead and just get regular service and not worry so much about it. They'll be happy to take care of you under those circumstances as well. If you just like, I got a couple of days, it's no big deal. There's no rush. No rush. Everybody calm down. We'll get this garage door taken care of in due course. 736-8984, 736-8984, their telephone number, or find them online at proliftdoors.com. Repair, replace, they do it all, and it doesn't really matter what kind of garage door you got. If it's a garage door, if it's a door and there's a garage involved, ProLift can handle it. It's just that simple. ProLift Garage Doors, 286-90. I'm sorry, I was going to give you the wrong phone number again. ProLift Garage Doors, 736-8984. 736-8984, or online at proliftdoors.com.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Well, some interesting results in primaries taking place in Florida, Alaska, and Wyoming. Democratic Socialist Angie Nixon had a big win running against retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman. Nixon will take on Senator Ashley Moody, a Republican. Byron Daniels, a Republican and endorsed by Donald Trump, won last night pretty big. Donalds will face former Florida Republican Congressman turned Democrat David Jolly. Congratulations to Byron. I like Byron a lot. Well-spoken and could represent the state of Florida very well. I would like to see that.
I think that Republicans owe a real debt of gratitude to Ron DeSantis, who, in his tenure, managed to take a state that was, when he first got elected, largely purple and made it deep, deep red. I mean, he's been responsible for a real switch there. 2 million more registered Republicans now than Democrats.
Yeah.
2 million. It was flip-flopped. It was like 250,000 more Democrats than Republicans when he took office, and that has now changed. I'm glad to see Alexander Vindman get beaten. He was the weasel that was responsible for Trump's first impeachment. He was on the phone with that call to Ukraine, and then he went and got somebody else to actually make the claim, Eric Charmel. It was just a mess. And, of course, it was so tissue paper thin, it didn't stick, nor should it have. But, yeah, this guy, I hope his political career is over. I hope we've heard the last of his name.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Weasel.
Vindman.
Complete weasel.
Sure is. UAB announced yesterday that athletic director Mark Ingram has agreed to part ways with the university. Ingram has been in his current position since the summer of 2015, so we're looking at 11 years. There has been some controversy during his tenure as AD, including the hire of Trent Dilfer as head football coach, when he had never coached above the high school level prior to UAB. A lot of people question that. Dilfer was fired midway through the third season with a record of 9-23. The recent scandal, too, involving head coach at the softball program did not help Ingram's situation either as AD. He did do some very positive things for UAB, move the team from Legion Field to Protective Stadium and the current $16 million renovation of Bartow Arena. So UAB says thank you, but I think we're going to move on to a new athletic director. Who that will be, we don't know just yet.
Basketball coach Andy Kennedy serving as the interim AD while the search is being conducted, but it just goes to show they really wanted to get rid of Ingram. They didn't even have anybody waiting in the wings.
Mm-hmm.
He also, by the way, successfully transferred them to the American Conference,
Yep.
which was interesting.
Yep.
And let's not forget, there were a couple of years there where UAB didn't have an athletic program at all when it came to football.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Man, voices got loud when that happened.
Yes, indeedy. And it was nice to get them back again. It made me a big fan. And, immediately they started winning conference championships. But we're going to have to go back and start over from ground zero on that when it comes to football.
Sure looks like it. Hey, there's a big, beautiful 6-lane, 215-foot bridge on I-10 in Mobile, and it hasn't been named yet.
Well, it hasn't been built yet either.
It hadn't been built, hasn't. Yeah, all of those things. U.S. Representative Barry Moore said it should be named Gateway to the Gulf of America, the Donald J. Trump. Moore has not spoken to Trump about his proposal that came as kind of an idea during a congressional luncheon. But interesting, you don't have a name, so why not call it that? Gateway to the Gulf of America. It's a little bit long.
The Donald J. Trump Bridge. Yeah, can we just call it Trump Bridge?
Yeah, just
let's make that quick and easy.
Yeah, Trump Bridge would be good. And then maybe in small letters underneath, like if there's a plaque on the bridge,
yes,
that you put this on there.
Then you put the Gateway to the Gulf of America. Everybody loves it. But Trump Bridge sounds good. I like it. It sounds fantastic. Everybody was really going to be talking about this bridge.
Yeah.
How fantastic this bridge is. 6 lanes, they are going to, I believe, they start working on it this fall.
Get it going.
How much gold plating is going to be on there?
It's going to
lot.
go 100% gold.
Can I just tell you, I notice that every time he's doing some kind of press conference, I'm like, did we add some more things to this?
It's becoming ridiculous, isn't it? Every single time you see that room, the Oval Office, there's a little more gold in there, and you're like, is he punking us?
I am not yeah, right. It almost feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And I'm like, when you do the ballroom, maybe turn this over to Melania, because I think Melania, has a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is about that.
I'd like to say she has more taste, but she married him, so I'm not so sure.
She's a smart woman. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
But it is too much gold. I'm going to call it. It's too much gold. It looks very gaudy. I do not like it.
Yeah.
It is not classy.
No.
I don't know what he's doing, but I love you, Donald Trump, but I cannot stand every time there's some type of press conference in there and you're like, look at all this. I'm beginning to see nothing but gold. I see him and then it's all gold behind him. I'm like, what is that? What are we doing?
Imagine this. He's got another couple of years to go here. By the end of his tenure in the White House, they're going to
It'll
cut
just be
to
a
him.
back screen of gold.
It's going to be all gold, and he's going to come out and he's going to have like a gold grill in his teeth.
Or like, we were talking about those gold bars yesterday. I'm like, why don't you just do a wall of gold bars?
Oh, don't give him
Or
ideas.
Gold coins.
Do not give him ideas.
It looks so. I'm sorry. It's embarrassing.
I know.
And I don't. I thought it was just me, but I'm like, you're not in like Istanbul. You're not. I don't know what we're doing here. Like we're in some other country where they do this.
Yeah, like Saudi Arabia. It just definitely has that Saudi Arabia sort of.
No, I don't like that.
Or a little bit like Graceland. Again, a poor person's idea of what a rich person's house looks like.
You don't have to do that.
No.
We know you're good. You're good with us, Donald Trump. The gold is the gold is off-putting.
I think tasteful is the main thing we're going for here, and you missed it. You shot way past it. Way past it. Alabama Tree Pros 308-4158 when the tree needs to be taken down, trimmed up, or saved. Alabama Tree Pros can help you do any and all of those three things. AlabamaTreePros.com is their website, so you can find out more about it. A great website that is very inclusive and gives you all the info you need about what it is they do exactly. What they don't tell you on the website is that they are less expensive than the other guys, and usually by quite a bit. That certainly was my experience. I had several folks come out and take a look at my situation, and I got lots of estimates. And I was at the point where I was thinking maybe I was going to be calling some friends over and paying them in pizza and beer, and we were going to be doing this ourselves. But fortunately, got our great folks from Alabama Tree Pros to come by and give me an estimate that was, for one, I'll tell you how low it was. I thought maybe they had looked at the wrong tree. when I looked at the estimate, I was like, they know it's true we're talking about here, right? Yeah, they were looking at the right tree. And they did just a bang-up job. I love them. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. They're licensed and they're bonded and they're insured, and all of that stuff is stapled to the back of their very low estimate. Give them a call for that free estimate today, 308-4158, or find them online at alabamatreepros.com. Little White Snake 622. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. Download our app. You can listen to us there. You can watch us there. You can text us there. You can call us there. There's lots of things you can do with the app, including checking out other shows from other day parts when you do the podcast thing. There's a lot of good stuff about this app. You really need to get it, man. If you don't have it, why not?
And it's free. Yeah, isn't that nice? Doesn't cost you anything.
100% free.
Mm-hmm. Everything you need.
Not much in this world is free anymore.
No, folks. So take advantage of that. I love the fact that Danny Knowles gives out so much free advice on our station, quite frankly, on Saturday and Sunday between 2 and 3. Great financial advice. If you've not heard the show, we really encourage you to flip it on the weekends and see what it's all about. Get to know Danny Knowles. His sons are a part of his business, and so many other folks that he has hired that just are very knowledgeable in the financial world. This is about putting a plan together for you, a pathway about where to go, and that's really important in a lot of different things in your life. What's the game plan? A game plan is super, super important to have, but even more so with finances, because so many people worry. They're like, am I going to have enough money in retirement to be able to retire? I mean, the stock market's doing pretty well. Let Danny Knowles invest your money to get that thing really, really growing. He can do that quickly for you. And again, doesn't matter. You know, one of the things that I hear Danny say all the time, look, we get it. He gets excited when he gets a client that's young, maybe just has a little bit of money, and he can help to really grow that nest egg. So no matter where you are in life, reach out to the Knowles Group today and get your financial plan put together and let him help grow that nest egg, again, to get you to the point of maybe retiring early if you're doing this early enough in life. If you're in the middle of your life, maybe toward the end, like you're ready to retire and you're like, I'm not sure I have everything together, it is still a great time to reach out to the Knowles Group. Knowles, that's how they spell Knowles, Knowles. Reach out to them online today and get this done. TheKnowlesGroup.com, TheKnowlesGroup.com.
Disney, parent company of ABC, is suing the FCC, seeking to block the agency's early broadcast license renewal proceedings for ABC stations in a lawsuit alleging First Amendment violations. A lot of people don't really understand how the broadcast license thing works. It is a little odd to me that these guys got their broadcast licenses, decades and decades and decades ago, and have just held on to them, They don't really even pay anything for the right to have these broadcast licenses. What it is kind of a license to print money because they're selling that time in addition to what is supposed to be, of course, doing public service with news and weather and traffic and, giving us the occasional political debate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just sort of understood in this day and age, we're just going to renew those licenses. And now we've got an FCC under Donald Trump that's like, now hold on. Maybe you guys are being really biased. And it seems like every time you do anything that resembles news, it's all leaning in one direction. Maybe you're not really working in the public interest. Maybe we shouldn't renew your license. Maybe we ought to look at giving this to somebody else. And ABC, of course, is panicking because they're going, wait.
We've never been checked on this.
This has never actually been looked into.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's good. I think it's excellent that the curtain is being pulled back. Let's see what not just ABC, but all the networks really, quite frankly, are doing. Are you doing what you pledged to do with that license? And it's important that you do that. So, and to see that ABC is suing the FCC.
Right.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. You might want to just think about this twice before you get going down the road with it.
They're the ones who are going to make the decision about whether or not you get to renew your license.
Not a very good idea.
Now, it may end up going to court as well, but in the long run, I believe it is the FCC that has the final say on this issue. And your First Amendment violations are not really coming into play here at all.
And now you've ticked off the FCC.
Disney, by the way, also owns Fox, which I find strange. That's strange as hell to me.
That is weird, isn't it?
They own the library. They don't own like Fox Sports, Fox News.
Yeah.
But it's still
so it's
strange.
kind of split.
Yeah. It's still odd. The whole thing just, it is a head shaker. But it is, about time that maybe somebody holds these guys' feet to the fire and say, if you're going to do this, we expect you to be even-handed. We expect you to really give us the scoop on what's going on out there and not your view of what's going on. And when you put on a show that you pretend is the news, like The View, and it is so incredibly one-way biased, and there are people who will walk around and parrot whatever those shrews are saying on that show as if they just watched a news program. I mean, I can say the same thing, by the way, about CBS and 60 Minutes, although they recently gutted that show as everybody kind of walked off because they were mad about the way it was being handled. So they may get to start from scratch, and maybe 60 Minutes becomes a little more even-handed once again.
Well, and I think, too, The View has now backed off. They're being very careful about who they bring on as guests based on what's going on with this, because there's been all kinds of, really looking into what they're doing. So I think now they've been like, they're almost a little tentative about putting anybody on the air with them other than their hosts.
I believe that if it wasn't for this rigmarole having to do with the FCC and a lot of questions and whatnot, J.D. Vance would not have gotten the invitation.
I think you're absolutely right.
And he
100%.
got on there, and he acquitted himself extremely well. Everybody who watched it said, wow, this guy is, he's on top of it. He knows what he's doing. He's, he straightened out an awful lot of incorrect information.
Well,
and these people
and it gives the public an opportunity, if you watch that show, to hear the other side when it comes to politics instead of being one-sided on all of it. So, yeah. But I just can't imagine you're suing the FCC and what the FCC is thinking about this. I mean, my goodness. ABC, you may have wanted to take a different route than to sue the FCC.
A little bit of the hand that feeds you,
Oh, yes,
what are you thinking
very much
here?
so.
Why would you do that? But at the same time, much in the same way, they get these broadcast licenses and they seem to hold on to them in perpetuity. It's a little bit like the railroads. At one point, the government said, all right, we're going to cede this land to you so you can put a big old railroad track on there. And CSX has been using those. I mean, they're doing the upkeep and everything, but they've been using that land ever since. And nobody ever goes, wait a minute, shouldn't you have to, re-up the license on that land or something every once in a while? Nah, go ahead. It's a license to print money, knock yourself out. Okay, you say so. 6:30, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com, 545-9950, should you wish to opine on anything. The moron in the Chucky mask running around Philadelphia.
Oh, my goodness.
Hasn't been caught yet, but, it's only a matter of time.
Catch him. Wakey, wakey, everyone. It's an all skate. Dun, 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Good morning. 636, it's Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Thanks for being with us. And don't forget, you can text or call us anytime you want to join the conversation, 545-9950. Hey, if you've got a vehicle that you'd like to unload, I know some of you on the road right now thinking, yeah, I've been thinking about getting into something different than what I'm in now. Birmingham, Helena, Hoover, Pelham, wherever you are, Trussville. Selling your car can be a huge headache. And if you've ever done this before, it is. It's a pain. Researching the prices, detailing your car, finding the buyer, getting a good deal. Hey, and even then, the deal might fall through, and you never know who you're dealing with. What's so nice about Birmingham Broker is you know who you're dealing with. It's Craig and Keith and the guys that we've known for years and trust that they're going to take good care of you, and it's the best way to sell your car before you purchase your next car. So if you're in the mode right now to sell that truck you're in, you need something bigger or maybe smaller, maybe you want a sports car, maybe you are in a sedan and you'd like to be in an SUV. Whatever the case may be, take your current car down to Birmingham Broker at 2224 4th Avenue South. Pull right up into the bay. They're there waiting on you. And introduce yourself and give them just a few minutes to talk with you about selling that vehicle. 15, 20 minutes is all it takes. They'll do a little research, take a look at your vehicle, and then give you a price about what they think they can sell it for. It happens quickly. For me, it was 5 days. And I'm looking forward to the next time that I need to sell a car, and because I know where I'm going. It will be Birmingham Broker. There is no doubt, hands down, the best selling used vehicles. Take your car to them today. BehamBroker.com, BehamBroker.com.
Yeah, man, it is 6:37 with Dixon and Vining, 6:38. You can find us on YouTube when Steve pushes the button. We're at YouTube.com, obviously. Real Talk 995 TV is the place to go to find out more about that. Hey, there's an idiot in Philadelphia running around wearing a Chucky mask, kind of, and threatening people. He doesn't have a weapon. Just his mere presence and the fact that he's filming. And
he's verbally saying, are you ready to die?
Are you ready to die?
Are you ready to die?
Said that to a female jogger, and she apparently wasn't ready to die because she ran off.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and somebody kicked him in the chest, and I was like, well, there's a start.
Jamaica, who's a witness, she tried to warn the jogger who was being bugged. I started to wave at her from across the intersection and say, hey, there's someone behind you. Look behind you, she said. Jamaica said she fronted the masked man and kicked him in the chest. She got a high kick, I guess.
She must.
Very impressive, or else he's very short. I don't know. He just seemed so disoriented about what his goals actually were. I had bags. He wasn't reaching for those. It didn't seem like he had a clear goal to actually get in La Colomba, a coffee shop, to do anything. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if you can fight. And he couldn't. Try this in the South.
Yeah, I was about to say, you try this in some parts of Alabama. He's going to last about 10 seconds.
It ain't going to be a kick.
No.
It's going to be a bullet.
Yeah, exactly.
That hits you. You're going to be shot. You're going to be on the ground.
And especially with the threat of I'm going to kill you, that's good enough. A threat of that, I think, and you feel as if your life is threatened because of this guy wearing a mask and running around saying that, he's lucky he's alive. And that's all I know.
While you're bleeding out, you can try to,
explain what you're doing.
I was only kidding.
No, well.
He was filming this, of course. So now you have to watch social media to see where it pops up. And when you see it pop up, you'll know this is the guy, and then police can go get him. They say black man between the ages of 16 and 20, most likely. First, he went into a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm sorry, Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
He's no longer Dunkin'. No longer donuts.
Yeah, they do a lot there.
He went into a Dunkin' wearing the mask, and they refused to serve him because they said he was erratic.
Now, you got to take that mask off. You're not coming in here creepy like that.
Yeah.
And the backpack that he's got is very, very distinct. It's not, a black backpack. It is like a checkered royal blue.
It's plaid.
And I'm like,
That's
oh,
a
plaid.
yeah.
I'm like, we might be able to find where that is.
Mm-hmm.
where did he get that? You know, and start narrowing it down. But this is very dangerous behavior. This man is asking to be shot and killed because you're eventually you're gonna pick on the wrong person and it's gonna be over for you.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what is going on in this world in that, crime is actually down across the nation. Donald Trump had a little celebration of that the other day in New York City because, he said our policies and the FBI and whatnot have managed to get crime down to, in many places, all-time lows. And the national murder rate in 2025 was the lowest it's been since we started keeping track of these statistics, and that's per 100,000, of course. So that's happening, but at the same time, we just saw a story about a brawl that took place at Wrigley Field, where a whole bunch of baseball fans began wailing on each other. There was one guy in particular that took the brunt of it, but then it sort of spread out and more people started getting hit. And you're like, what's going on here? There was a looting of a liquor store that took place in another city where a mob just came bursting in and went absolutely nuts and took anything and everything they could get their hands on, broke a bunch of stuff.
I think that's
and
the
then
one
fled.
there were 60 people
Yeah.
involved in one of these very recently. And I was like, you got 60 people together and all said, let's go in and loot this store.
Yeah. It's hard to get 60 people to agree on anything. I mean, try to get 60 people to order a pizza. You can't do it.
60 people said, okay, yeah, let's go in and loot this store together. Here we go.
And then we had the Wisconsin State Fair descending into chaos as a brawl broke out in the final hours of the annual festival. Sunday night's main event, family-friendly Wisconsin State Fair, descended into an all-out frenzy as scores of fairgoers threw haymakers and kicks during an out-of-control brawl in the final hours of the fest. 7 people were arrested for their involvement in what officials called a series of disturbances at the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. Several police officers were injured, and it's as though these people were indiscriminately punching folks for no reason. Yeah.
Well, that'll keep the family away.
Yes, it will.
There'll be families going, well, we're not going to that fair.
It absolutely will. So I don't understand it. We're getting crime, targeted crime down, crime that is crimes of opportunity, crimes of passion, crimes of revenge, whatever it may be. But the random stuff like this
Is bothersome.
is actually taking off.
Yeah, I don't
Because
care
we're
for it.
I guess they're realizing that there's not a whole lot that can be done about it. If you decide that you want to go have yourself a melee at the Wisconsin State Fair and they weren't planning for one, they don't have the forces necessary to break it up. They can't really get everybody who was involved in it and charge them the way they need to be charged. I don't know. I can't for the life of me figure it out. Do we not have enough to keep us busy in this day and age between the screens that you're all carrying around with you in your pockets? You're at the fair.
Right? Supposed to be having fun.
Right, go play
Get
some of
yourself-
those.
Get yourself some cotton candy and chill out.
Play those rigged games that you can't possibly
You're
win.
right.
Go drop some
That
money on those.
That
instead.
ginormous teddy bear, you're
Yeah.
never going to win
You're
that.
never going. They only have the one. They move it from city to city because they know perfectly
That
well
thing
they're
is
never
nasty
giving it
by
away.
now. You don't
Yeah.
want it anyway.
Well, I mean, you got a basketball that's too big for the hoop. We
That's
all know
right.
what's going on here.
Yeah.
Nobody can get the softball to stay in the little bushel
No.
basket no matter how hard you try.
Doesn't work.
And you can't ring any of those bottles.
No, never's going to happen.
Man, oh man,
I
oh
know.
man.
Yeah, it's
But
rigged
go
all
out
the
and
time.
maybe that's they were frustrated with that. That was the problem.
And then the fight at Wrigley Field yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and people are talking. I don't want to take my kids to a baseball game because you've got these adults, some of them on drugs. Just pounding one another, pounding each other
Yeah.
with their fists, and I'm like, yeah, who wants to go to a baseball game? And I mean, they do this at soccer games, but why? Come on, we know how to act at a baseball game.
Soccer hooligans.
Don't we?
You'd like to think so.
Apparently not.
A lot of people at baseball games, they act bored because it's a long, slow game.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they were trying to do, was just liven things
I
up.
mean, and the other thing is too, it's like you can't disagree. You can't be for two different teams, and somebody yells, "Oh yeah, let's go!" Let's go Cubs, whatever. And then the other team, some fan gets ticked off because you do that. Everybody's all,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, look, we're gonna cheer for different teams. Chill out.
Yeah.
You cheer for your team. I'm going to cheer for mine.
At the end of it all, we shake hands and go our separate ways.
Right.
People.
What happened to that?
Let's all
Now we
calm
beat
down.
each other up because, we
You
said,
realize
oh.
you are talking about Chicago.
Yeah, I guess so. Never mind. I hope we don't have these issues at
Hey.
this year's football games, Auburn and Alabama games. It's like, can we all get along?
I guess
Whoever
we
we're
should
playing.
consider ourselves lucky that they weren't shooting at each other in Chicago. They do a lot of that, I understand. 645, 646, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Drop us a line if you'd like to text us, 545-9950, or you can call us from that number as well if you are so inclined, or download the app and do either from there. Very early Who. I love the early Who. I love the 70s Who as well. The later stuff, the most recent stuff, not so much.
Pass.
There should be I don't know. I don't want it to be governmental. I just don't believe in government interference and things of this nature. But maybe there should be a music board based out of Nashville, Tennessee, or maybe Hollywood, California. I'm not sure exactly. But there should be a musical board who makes the decisions about who can continue working and who has to stop. You know? Like when they look at Rod Stewart and his amazing shows, and they're like, "All right, Rod, you can keep going." Oh, the heart thing, okay, never mind. You should probably stop now. But
Probably he has.
Yeah, he did.
Stopped.
He did stop.
He's not,
but
not doing
I
it
tell
right
you,
now.
I saw his show. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He was 80 years old. He was a few days away from his 81st birthday when I saw him, and it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. But then you look at AC/DC, and the board would be like, "All right, we're issuing a cease and desist order right now. You can no longer hit any of the notes. You're not even close."
No, that's when it's not fair because you have an audience that's purchased tickets and maybe is not that familiar with where they are in life.
No.
And they're like, "What? I paid how much for these tickets to see this?"
David Lee Roth would just be executed. He'd just be summarily executed. Just like, "All right, put him in the chair, flip the switch. It's over for you, man." 6:52 at Dixon Dividing, Talk 995, talk995.com. We have some great rural listeners, folks who live out. Instructions to their house include the words, "turn off the paved road."
Yeah. I like that.
And they're farmers, and they're up at this hour listening to us, and I appreciate that. And if you have got a well system, if you are getting water from a well, and you are finding it to be less than gorgeous, less than perfect, less than the water you'd like it to be, Aqua Systems has yet to run across a well that can beat them. Now, they are putting whole home systems on well water that is taking out that red color, that, nasty, rusty stuff, getting out any ground chemicals that are in there, getting out the hardness. Obviously, there's going to be hardness as groundwater. What do you expect? But turning that basically into the H2O that you want, the fresh, clean, clear water that everybody associates with well water, but really that's just a myth unless you have the Aqua Systems system hooked up. And obviously different situations, different places, different locations call for different systems. They have something that will fit any and all of those. They, like I said, have not run across a well yet that can beat them. Aqua Systems, 3833999, not just for city water, but for well water too. Get a free, no-obligation presentation with a non-commissioned salesperson who's going to give you the info and then get out of the way, let you make up your own mind. I love that about them. Aqua Systems, 3833999, online at iwantgreatwater.com. A peeping Tom. Wow. Mm-hmm. Looking in a young girl's window in Pennsylvania.
Yep. It's a grown man.
Turns out to be the athletic director for a New Jersey school district.
Oh, that's so bad. You are so done. Done, my friend. You are done.
Mm-hmm. Not a good look. 48-year-old Winfield Becker, director for a Tony, New Jersey school district, was seen peering through the bedroom window of his young neighbor in Cabin Run, Bucks County, around 10:40 p.m. on August 6th, according to Plumstead Township Police. The sick snooper was cuffed after the homeowner turned video surveillance.
Yee, he's got video of it.
Over the cops.
That's really bad. Oh.
Footage allegedly shows Becker leering at the girl from just outside her window. This according to the police report. School district sits not too far outside of Princeton. Serves over 3,500 students in pre-K through 12th grade in Mercer County. And in a letter to school parents obtained by the outlet, Superintendent Rosetta Treese said that the ogling official was creeping outside of the school district borders and that no students were involved. Well, that's what really matters.
She's looking out for the school.
Yeah,
that's
obviously.
all.
Well,
she
that
just wants
is her
to make
job.
sure
that is her
that there's
job.
not a connection other than him.
Yeah. Superintendent also said Becker would be on a leave of absence.
Oh no, you're done.
Yeah.
You're going to
Uh-huh.
be if you're found guilty of this. And again, we've got video, but you got to run this down the right.
Mm-hmm.
If they find him guilty of this, you should never be ever around kids again.
This is my favorite part. He's expected to appear in court on September 8th. Becker's attorney, Thomas Logan, said, "We look forward to his appearance in court where he can vindicate his name against these baseless accusations."
Okay, well then explain the video.
Yeah.
I mean, video is very difficult to beat in a court of law.
There are...
He'd say, "Oh, I was just checking their
yeah,
windows.
uh-huh.
I heard that they were having a little problem over there, so I came over to make sure that they were fitting properly at 10:40 at night."
Yeah. It was a great case on... it was Cape Canaveral. It was around Cape Canaveral, one of the islands over there, where a city official, I guess you would call him a city councilor, there was a park that was kind of known for a place where gay hookups took place. And this guy showed up there and was hanging around, and he approached somebody and made some offers, and they found their way into the public bathroom where he was then arrested for soliciting, because this was an undercover cop. And we got the exact same. "Oh, we're looking forward to his day in court. He'll vindicate himself, and you will see that there's two sides to this story, and everybody is going to..." And then, of course, 2 months later, when the court date came, it was like, "We plead no contest, Your Honor."
It'll probably go something like that. At least it appears that way.
Almost certainly.
Give him his day in court.
Yeah.
Because everybody's entitled to that.
Mm-hmm.
But that video ain't lying.
There was another case here. Remember Peterson, the guy who ran for agricultural commissioner,
Yep.
who got caught a couple of times walking out of Sam's Club, or trying to walk out of Sam's Club
With
some
items.
stuff.
And then he claimed, "Oh, no, I
there's
went to the bathroom over there."
Two sides to this
That's
story.
right.
We look forward to our day in court, and you're going to find
What
out
was
how
it,
things
eating-
are.
He opened up
Yeah.
like a can of almonds or something,
It was
in
like
a
eating while he
container.
was
He was like
shopping.
eating a
Yeah.
whole bunch of it and then shoved
Then he
them
thought
over
he'd
there.
put it back. It's like,
No,
it doesn't work that way.
That is terrible.
Yeah, and of course, got to court, and it was no contest, Your Honor. These people, they love to talk big right up until they're actually in a court of law, and they realize there's just not another way out of this thing. So.
Yeah, again, 10:40 at night, you got a video camera on you.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a position as the athletic director for this school over all these students.
Not for long.
It doesn't look good at all.
Not for long.
Mm.
I have a sneaking suspicion
we
he'll
now
be...
learn there's cameras everywhere,
Yeah.
people.
I
mean, the flock cameras have been in the news for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. People have video cameras, Ring cameras on their house everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
If not me, the guy across the street has a camera, and he's seeing everything that's going on up and down the road. They're everywhere.
On top of that, we're all voluntarily carrying our own little tracking devices.
That's right.
In our
right
pockets,
in our pocket.
showing everybody where we are at any given time. This is how we're able to track down where, Tyler Richardson was, and where...
And the text messages and the back and forth with the
Brian Koberger, we're able to see that this is what happened with him and where he was and how he drove past that house and over again. In this day and age, you can still commit crimes. You just can't really get away with them
really
like you
can't.
used to.
Nope. So it's better not to commit the crime.
Yeah. Well, if you can't do
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
That, according to Sammy Davis Jr., he wouldn't lie. Uh-huh.
You got
Keep that eye
on the
on the
sparrow.
sparrow. Coming up in the next hour, 11 dishes you should not order at Olive Garden.
11.
11.
That's a lot. What's left?
I personally would say the whole menu, but
What's
that's
left?
just me. That's just me. We'll get into it a little
Oh,
later.
my
Dixon
goodness.
Dividing Talk 99.5.